Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about what I love about Libra, and yes, it does apply and pertain to the Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. Well, anyway, people, the first thing what I love about the zodiac sign Libra is that they can often be very tactful and diplomatic in their speech. They often are careful not to offend others if they're going to say something to somebody and it's something that may be somewhat derisive or derogatory or maybe something critical. They try to put it in a way where it may not offend the person. Libra will speak their mind at some point in situations, but they try to when they do say something they that might come across critical, they try to do it, put it in a way where it goes over in the best way. Libra also, what I love about them is their general peaceful and tranquil nature. Libra, is the kind of person that will often be the one to diffuse a contentious situation or something that may look combative. They could be the ones to kind of like intervene and prevent the situation from potentially escalating. Now, another thing that I like about Libra, that I love about Libra, is the fact that they could be very charming. And the charming is generally in most cases with Libra, it's just their just natural manner. But although in some cases, which I may discuss in another video, it can be used as a form of manipulation in some cases. But their charming manner is generally it's done just because that's what they're about, and they're being nice. It's their way of showing their friendliness. And anyway, another thing what I love about Libra is just their general good disposition, the fact that they often have a very even temperament. Libra is a sign. When they have, like, say, personal issues or problems going on, they are one of the signs least likely to let it impact their relationships or take it out on someone else. They are the kind of people that often like to be on an even keel. And Libra is often very balanced, and that is another thing I love about the sign. Another thing what I love about Libra is just the fact that the fact they are very often very equitable and very fair about things. Libras in this respect could make very good parents because they could disperse the time evenly, more so than other signs, to each child. They have their strong sense of balance. Maybe even the sign that most likely to have that balanced diet. Yeah, I'm being facetious a little, but really they probably can do that because they just have that sense of fairness and being able to disperse activities more evenly than the other signs, whether it's being at home and going outside and doing this or that or what have you. They just have that strong sense of balance, and that is another thing that I love about this zodiac sign. Now, another thing, what I love about Libra is that they often can make very good judges. They are people that are often have an affinity for the law, and they just have that way where they could really, maybe it's because they have the ability to strongly see both sides of the issue and make a fair evaluation and assessment of things. Now, prolific a TV judge, Judge Judy, is a Sun in Libra. And another person who had Libra rising at 29 degrees, which I see as the full culmination of the sign. Imagine that. Ed Koch, former mayor of New York, Ed Koch, who was that host of the People's Court, he had Libra rising 29 degrees, and in being doing the show as long as he did. And I believe he was also part of a law firm in real life. So, besides being being the host of that show, So I mean, if anybody has a sense of fairness, it is the zodiac sign Libra. And another thing, what I love about Libra is the fact that they are often people appeasers. They are not ones that you generally would see as being egocentric or strongly about self-aggrandizement. They often will try to do things to help the other people, sometimes put their own interests aside for others because they want to do what the other person wants often. Now, another thing, as far as what I love about Libra, well, it's also ability to compromise. And to really compromise is something a lot of people won't do. Some people can be very obstinate and unyielding. And Libra is the kind to work out a compromise in a situation, which is why they can often make good arbitrators. And you look at the zodiac sign Libra, they really are just often about trying to do what they can for the other people and to create and to be have harmony. They just don't, Libras don't like things that are contentious or like strife or discord. And this is part of the reason they do this, because they are ultimately about peace, Libra. And another thing about Libra, what I love about them is even if Libras can often be very attractive, but even when they're not, they are the kind of their person that will do what they can to look the best for others. And they're very, Libras too, along with Virgo, are very clean people. See, they're often about being cultured, very refined, and also about being very clean. And partly, I think this has to do with because Libras can often be very relationship oriented, and it's about being fair to the other partner, uh, not to really offend them, and they are thinking about them as well as themselves, and as far as that goes. So, anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for what I love about Libra, and stay tuned next time where I'll be talking about what I love about Scorpio. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel, but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.